Hello everybody, back to another video where today I'm going to be talking about if Fortnitemares 2022 failed. That's the big question I'm going to be answering. But yeah, this is my opinion, so I respect others' opinions. So if you do have another opinion, just say it nicely in the comments, please. And yeah, if you agree with my opinion, I'd also like to hear that too. So yeah, both sides I'm fine with. I respect everyone's opinion in the comments section, of course. But yeah, I'm going to get right into it. Alright, so I believe there was a lack of content in Fortnitemares 2022. What do I mean by this? Compared to previous years, there just wasn't a ton of new stuff in-game in the Battle Royale section. There's only a couple things that were really added, Grim Gables? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. That was added. It's pretty cool, but the thing about that is the boss is pretty annoying, honestly. For newer players, that's a nightmare to fight against, really, which kind of makes it a place that you don't want to land, which makes it basically a waste of space, I guess, because, the newer players, this boss has a rocket launcher and they're throwing fireflies. That's not what all these new players want to go against, so I don't believe this was the best choice for Epic to put in for Fortnitemares 2022 compared to the previous POIs that have been added in Fortnitemares events. And of course, this is the Ruins, I believe it is called, in Chapter 2. I think it was 2020, I believe it was, with the Shadow Midas's Revenge, I think it was called that year. How it had the ruins. Of course, that was pretty cool. It had the Shadow Midas. This wasn't released until next year, though, in 2021. But it was an NPC in game, and it had a nice drum gun that it would drop. So I really feel like that, and I'm going to compare the drum gun really quick to the kind of wolf mythic that we had. I'm sorry, I think it's gone now. I think Fortnitemares ended. I haven't been on much, I'm going to be honest. But the wolf one, it was pretty cool. I'll be honest. I'll admit that the wolf mythic was definitely not a letdown. It was very cool. It was very unique. You could sniff out enemies to see where enemies were. It was like a 150-meter radius, I believe, for the mythic to work. And then, of course, it worked like the Wolverine claws. So for newer players, it was definitely something cool. But, of course, you could get shot pretty easily while using it, and you could die pretty easily. So that's the one downfall of it. But compared to the Midas's, the Shadow Midas's drum gun, I believe the drum gun was better. And I'm going to admit I do have some bias here because the drum gun is one of my favorite weapons in the game. I've been using it since early Chapter 1 when it came out. Man, was it broken back then. I'm glad they fixed it. The normal Midas's drum gun was still broken, but of course, that's gone now, so that doesn't matter. Then the one thing that they kind of messed up here was not adding some stuff back, like the Witch's Broom from 2020. And did it come out in 2021? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But the Witch's Broom was a very favorite item. Everyone loved it. It's just like the Silver Surfers mythic that was in the game in Chapter 2 Season 4. Of course, they were going for that when they made it. Or did they make it before? I'm not sure. It was in 2020. I think it was around the same time, actually. So, of course, they made that. And everyone loved it. It was a nice mobility item to get around the map with. And we didn't get it this year, which is kind of a letdown because so many people are wanting it. We've been saying this for months now. Hopefully the Fortnitemares 2022 event will have the broom. Well, it didn't. It didn't have the Witch's Broom. So that kind of really sucks how we didn't get that part. Now, another thing we're missing out on, which made Fortnitemares in 2020. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to mess up some dates here. I think it was 2020, though, with the ghost, when you could turn into a ghost. We did not get anything like that. There was not many things in-game that we got with Fortnitemares 2022, and there was only, 3 rewards, I think, right? And they were pretty bad, in my opinion. Well, again, I haven't been playing much, so maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I just look like a clown for bringing this up. But wasn't it the 3 chrome items? I believe it was. It was like some kind of chrome. It was like a chrome spine for the back bling, some chrome pickaxe, and yeah, I don't even think I got to the back bling. I know I got the first thing. I forget what it was, but I got that, and then I didn't get the other 2, I don't think. But yeah, the reason I didn't get those was because there was really no reason to play. There was no new gameplay stuff. Of course, I was talking about the ghosts. If you died, you turn into a ghost. Of course, people are saying this was from Apex, a copy from Apex. I don't think it was. Sure, other games had it, but you can't just claim ghosts to be part of your game, I get it, these are Apex fans that were saying this, but they can't just claim ghosts. That's not how copyright works and stuff like that. You can't just claim an Halloween item. So I don't believe this was copyrighted, and it was actually fun. You know, you could go around as a ghost, and you could troll people. I remember I was the last player alive in one of the games. I believe it was 2020. So yeah, I was right about that, it being 2020. I was the last real person alive. There was like 30 plus ghosts, and I was at Slurpy Swamps in the, you know how this redeploy and the smokestack kind of looking things. So I just stayed there, and of course they can only use their hands to fight. So it was just super funny. I was trolling them, I was going back and forth because they can't get you when you're glider redeploying. They have zero way. They can't get to you, or they'll glider redeploy, and they have no way to kill you. So I was just trolling them for about 10 minutes. It was so much fun. I mean, back then, Fortnite could make a good Fortnitemares, and this time we're just getting a POI in a new mythic. That's really it. I mean, did we get any guns? I mean, there's really no guns besides the pumpkin launcher, which I believe they shouldn't have brought back in Zero Build because of how broken it was. I got so many wins during Fortnitemares because of the pumpkin launcher. It was so broken. The shockwave pumpkin launcher combo was so broken in Zero Build because there's no way you can run from it if it's like so close to you. There's no avoiding it. Someone could RPG you in their self as a suicide mission, just going in for the kill. It was crazy. I don't believe that was a good choice, but of course, in build mode, that was definitely a pretty good choice for them to bring back the pumpkin launcher, because that brings back some OG vibes, because of course, it was released in 2017, I believe, in the first Fortnite event ever, which was, of course, the Halloween event. So yeah, that's super cool. They brought it back late every single year, I think, so it's always awesome to see it come back, but I just don't think it has a place in Zero Build. Another thing to talk about here is that we were supposed to get the Storm King this Fortnitemares. The Fortnitemares is supposed to be awesome, you know? We're so excited for the skins and everything. Storm King was added back in the files, but the Storm King didn't come back. The Storm King was literally added to the files, yet they didn't bring him back. Of course, Storm King from 2019 Fortnitemares, we all loved him. I didn't actually play during that time. I quit for like 2 months between October of 2019 and December of 2019, which is why I don't have the Merry Minty axe, which I'm very sad that I did not get that. I just didn't play while it was out, and it's literally the months. It was out from October until like early January 1st, I think it was, and I came back on December 22nd, I think. So I didn't have time to go to GameStop and get it, sadly. But yeah, the Storm King, of course, got an umbrella from it, which I don't have because, you know, I just said I didn't play. But it was fun. I played it once. I did. My friend that no longer plays that much, he was still a big fan of Fortnite. I was playing every single day. He tried to get me on whenever I could, whenever, you know, I felt like it, which was barely at that time. But I played the Storm King event once, and it was so much fun, really. I mean, that was definitely one of the best LTMs, in my opinion, that we've had so far. But yeah, I mean, that's just going to be it for the video, you know. I've been going over all this stuff for why I think, you know, previous Fortnitemares definitely beat it. But of course, this is my opinion. People are going to have other opinions. Sure, some people will love this Fortnitemares that just came out. Some people will hate it. I'm fine with either opinion. You know, I respect it if you think this was the best one ever. And I respect it if you think this was the worst one ever. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm just putting my opinion out there. I'm going over the stuff that I believe they should have done better, and what they, you know, did good, which was, of course, the Mythic. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.